welcome back everybody for another session of The Letter. Man, it's been a while since we get back to this, and I almost virtually forgotten where we're supposed to be at. I think we finally get to the Ashton group last time. Yes, because we save our girl for good old Rebecca. Now she's doing her end of the story, and that comes to an end. So, now we get to our boy Ashton, considering how much BS we give him and all that good stuff. So, let's get started here. Let's see where he did all this. Go. Alright. Gotta drink this little, oh man, that would have been bad. But other than that, party's never really been my thing. I always had such a hassle and take so much time off my days. Prior plans and commitment cancels, and all for the sake of playing along with others. Oh, it's good old Hannah, right. Get in there, Hannah.
Welcome everyone, including creepy, non-invited guests.
I hated them even as a child.
Please, make yourself at home, even if you're obnoxious and judging the party before attending.
But Mom often insisted. She slicked my hair black, put me in one of those stuffy dinner jackets, and if there were any children around, urged me to make friends. Never mind how utterly loud or tedious it was all for the sake of keeping up appearances. To some extent, lies have already surrounded me long before I've chosen what I want to do with my life. Luckily, there were easy ways to tune everything out, and much to my mom's frustration, I always managed to sneak my CD player on, and I used to do that. I kept to myself and to my music, had my little world, until I learned to observe. It was a simple matter of awareness, really. And for someone with keen eyes, a skewed necktie or a simple flick of a wrist alone could tell volumes about a person. I still don't like parties, especially ones big and fancy as it's right housewarming. However, when there's actual reason to go to them, I figure they're not too bad. All right.
I got it here.
Yeah. Get your
Careful,
bad boy.
Charlie. All right.
You sound perfect already, Nick. You're like you really don't want to be at this house party. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Besides, like it or not, it's all part of the job, and I'm here on a mission. And that has the name Luca Wright plastered all over it. You think the man would remain inconspicuous after his name was linked to several high-profile crimes across Luxembourg? Granted, most have gone cold over the years, having stagnated without any lead or evidence. But that still makes him any less suspect. Yet, here he is, throwing a party in his own backyard. Although, having observed the man this past year, I'm not even shocked. He craves it. That damn spotlight constantly yearns for attention like a neglected puppy. It doesn't take a genius to find out why he's nowhere to be found in his own party. But that's not the problem here. What pisses me off is how far his reach extends and how close he crept into the lives of people I care about. Again, like a stubborn itch you couldn't get rid of. First, Professor Clark. Then, there's Isabella. I also spotted Z-Man here a while ago, and now there's also Rebecca. Apparently. Oh, it's good old Rebecca. Okay, get in here, Rebecca. Get your Irish girl.
Ashton.
Well, that's Irish. I think she's Scottish. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Scottish.
But Becca, what are you doing here?
I was invited.
Really? I had no idea you were friends with the host.
Unlike you, creeper.
God damn! Well, with the overkill delivered explains things, and makes things difficult all the time. It's as if getting in contact among the staff to sneak a name into the guest list isn't hard enough.
I hacked it.
With my good hacking skills, the guy almost ditched me last night and might have placed another setback on my investigation, if it was for my generous tip. There's also... Then here comes Rebecca, another person of mine.
Well, it's my parents actually, but that's beside the point. What are you doing here? You hate parties.
I still do. I'm just here on behalf of a friend.
Unnecessary lie. I can't bring my own friends into this any further than what they found themselves in. Because if Luke Wright so much as harms a hair on either Zach or Rebecca's heads, there will be hell to pay. Worrying about Isabella's brief dealings with him is stressing in itself already. I doubt he'll attempt anything in front of other people, though. It would tarnish his glorious reputation. He values appearances more than anything. That doesn't necessarily mean he isn't capable of it, more than, in fact, on the off chance he does something. I wouldn't be responsible for my actions.
That's rare. Do you have something with you then?
Nope. Just me. I won't be staying long.
Well, if that's the case, maybe you and I can...
For Zach and Rebecca's sakes, however, I really hope this is simply another housewarming. Even though something tells me if anything but. Call it a detective's intuition or whatever. When Luke Wright's involved, nothing good has ever come out of it. I can't let my guard down here. Even more so when a familiar car slows to a stop and out comes... Chief!
Chief.
My presence here might be odd, but I have an excuse. One that this man handed to me himself a year ago, along with the heavy dose of flattery for the newly promoted detective inspector. Whoopsie, misclick.
Oh, can't say that.
Hold on. Sorry, there's something lodged in my throat. It's not good. Hold on. Let's hope that water can help keep it by. God damn, Rebecca's blushing like an anime goyle. Alright. Although to see him here, chatting it up with Luxborn Rich and Famous, isn't such a big surprise in itself. No disrespect meant, but the guy is obviously a social climber. What is surprisingly is the fact that he seems all too eager to mingle with a person of interest, his wife. What the hell is he doing here?
Hey, sorry guys, my screen's frozen. Oh, wait, there it is. Ashton, what's...
Sorry, Becca. I need to not be here. There's something I need to check on for a bit. Talk to you later. Do you have a ride home?
No? I had to take a cab here. My car wouldn't start this afternoon. But what about...
What the shit is
damn,
going
sucks
on
for you,
here?
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck.
I told you to get that old thing checked out before, didn't I? You can head back with me after this. I guess. Anyway, I gotta go. Okay, see you. Be careful. Don't talk to any ghosts you don't know. Okay, bye.
Smug right here.
Hey, be careful about what exact...
I don't want to draw attention to myself either. Not at least until he gives me a proper reason to spoil his little party. Who was Chief last time? I forget. I guess,
Oh, I can do it.
Alright, give me your best
yeah, hell
Latino
yeah.
chief.
Thank you for the invite, Hannah.
Oh, yeah.
Husband's still missing, I see.
You should be saying the name of your darling Rochelle, Lee.
It's almost like a big
On a first name
coincidence.
basis.
The doctors again?
For now, the best I can do is wait and remain inconspicuous, especially with Chief here, whose motives are dubious at least. If it means having to pretend I don't know Zach and Rebecca, or force myself to rub elbows with people I barely know, let alone like, then so be it. I can't involve anyone. Wondering is out of the question as well, when the guards and civvies are stationed here and there. Sure, getting past them is something I could do with ease, but I'd rather not right now, when I'm one with the few snooping and roaming about. It'd be best to try and do so once there's a crowd of people. And if their interior designer drunken claims are to be believed...
Yes, Will. What about Luke? Should we file a missing persons report now, or do you want to wait 24 hours?
He's around, maybe.
You know, I can tell if someone's bluffing.
It all comes down to how well I play my cards tonight. With a good hand, this party is going to give me the breakthrough I need to crack Luke's right, or something to prove my suspicions wrong. Maybe find out what kind of game my boss is also playing.
Ashton is very obsessed with Luke.
Hell yeah.
That's the real OTP.
The creepy stalker.
Yes. Oh no, I'm just doing my work. It's...
I was totally invited to this party. What do you mean?
Yeah, I was totally invited to this party. It's not like a like or anything. Fuck.
I just want to search through his bedroom and
This is
find
taking a
something.
weird turn.
This
Look
is-
for evidence.
Is there such thing as a dairy that gets too obsessive other than yandere? Or is just like... I don't know.
I
Alright.
think there are
Google that.
varying degrees of yandere. I'm not sure there's like a term for that though.
I know there's like a subclass of sundares, but... Or an archetype type.
Class.
But other than that, he had an inkling before. A few hunters tampered down by how much bumbling fool the man appears. But one does not simply deal with the rites and get invited to a party they host without wanting anything from either of the two. Or is the other way around. So, with the last weary glance at the two, I head into the ballroom like a player. I just hope this will not complicate things further, like Rebecca just keep nagging on me or something. Shit! By the time the party's in full swing, night has fallen, yet there isn't a Luke Wright in sight. The man can be quite, ostentatious. Yeah, but this, frankly, I'm impressed. I don't even know how many hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres?
Order. Yeah.
Hors
okay.
d'oeuvres?
Order.
Man, I'm not
Hors
French.
Order.
It's dumb French.
Or dwarves.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors.
Hold the
Hors
doors! Hold the doors! As he dies, delivering his last breath.
Okay.
Oh god, that scene from Game of Thrones will never vanish. But in that, I've already stuffed my face with it. One too many, probably the server's already giving me a stink eye every time I saunter over to the buffet table. Because I'm poor as fuck!
Eating all the deviled eggs.
Yeah. Blame your employer, not me. He's the one who has the guts to show up late. Besides, most of the guests' idle talk is concentrated in this area, despite standing under the same roof with the very people they're whispering about. Not just some couldn't resist. Might as well keep an ear out for any useful info. Idling, Gus? Oh god, is Suarez having that tech problem? Who wants to be cheated? Who
I
wants to
have
be
tech
cheated?
problem.
Who wants to be blabbermouth?
It's been 3 years. Sooner or later, the bladder will put 2 and 2 together. Oh, he might have already.
If the red tape I'm being slammed with these past few months is just anything, that or someone has been pulling the strings. I wouldn't be shocked this case would have gone long if the scumbag didn't have a mule of some kind in force. Chatty gossip, go!
Shit, you all know Sincerity just wants an out.
Well, I knew he was bad news the day the merger with the Evans Incorporated happened.
Glad I did not have to deal with that.
Keep it down. Someone might hear. Though with the wife, especially.
This kind of negligence has always had a bit of an advantage, but sometimes I wish I could be smashed drunk while doing this. Having sharp ears also means you get to hear the gossip, most unsavory things.
Oh, sorry, did Luke talk?
No,
No,
not
he's
yet.
not here yet.
Not
He's
yet.
hiding in the bathroom or something.
He's just, taking a...
He's late.
He's taking a dump, looking at his phone, realized he was on YouTube for too long,
I thought he was the blabbermouth or
I've
something.
been there.
Nah.
Oh no, I don't think Luke is lying.
Not it. Who cheated on who this week? One person's motive for bashing someone's skull against a wall, or a father's excuse for burning his own daughter alive, that sort of stuff. Oh yes,
The fresh hell?
the deli burning of my daughters. Okay, no. After a few years, it's getting... oh, excuse me. After a few years, it gets tiring. You get desensitized to it. But humans can also be downright awful. Sometimes there simply isn't enough brain bleach in the world. Sadly, the wine is no go tonight, mostly for show. I'm up for another drive later. For one, and I definitely want to be sober in case anything comes up. And something always had to come up in assignments like this. A detective's inspector dying of cardiac arrest, for example. Because I can feel a moment in my heart glands to a halt, or grinds to a halt. The second I shift my eyes to a corner of the ballroom.
Hannah, right?
Oh my, those eyes are looking at each other. Some might say I'm acting a bit touch paranoid, and maybe I am. This is a party, and she's the hostess. It goes to say that she'd take time to mingle with her guest. While Hannah Wright Nee Evans isn't without her fair share of accolades?
Accolades.
Accolades? Okay.
Yeah, awards.
Accolades.
Accolades. Sounds like a song. At least to the public, but she doesn't seem like it. Like her husband, she's one with the business sense, not to mention the impressive track record needed to manage a company. Or effectively hide whatever irregularly there might be. She's clean as far as my ages I've been, She's clean as far as my ages that I've found. But it doesn't rule out the possible involvement with whatever husband's up to. Hell, Luke Ray might come out clean in previous report until I'm bothered to take a deeper look into it. What I found may not be sufficient to bring anyone to trial yet, but it is enough to, nurture suspicion?
Nurture suspicion, yeah.
Oh, nurture. Okay. This is a bit of an overreaction, but no one lasts long in my line of work being careless.
You would catch his eye a lot better if you wore nicer clothes, don't you think, darling? Also, I think he's listening, the creeper.
Didn't realize the housewarming was going to be this fancy. I would have gone with a nice dress if I knew.
Nothing to be worried about then. She's probably even more careful with appearances than her own husband, having to grown up in the spotlight focus on her. Or that because the developers could have paid more for outfits.
More costumes.
Yeah. Yet, even knowing that, the anxiety stays, and he has been here since the party started. I brushed off earlier who feel edgy, right? I got undercover at a party hosted by the very person I'm investigating. That, in itself, is risky and has plenty of room for error. Hold on, it's a little loud for me here.
Yeah, the
Just a
music,
bit.
perhaps.
Yeah. It's gonna slow her down just a tiny bit. There we go. Usually, though, this tension passes the first half hour or so. I've been trained to remain composed in situations like this. However, with each second I spend here, it only grows heavier and seek to overwhelm. An odd feeling that someone is watching me instead. I'm hearing voices. It's like this since last week, but I should probably already be used to this.
Oh god.
People would be looking at me no matter how small or big of a blip I'm on the radar, and that's why I do these things. But when the feeling of my eyes burning to the back lingers longer than necessary, I've been looking around every now and then to catch the culprit. No luck. And despite my efforts to push the sensation as far as down as I could, tiny pinpricks continue to sting the back of my head. The ghost of a cold touch creeps up my limbs, until my gaze switches back to Rebecca and Hannah Wright. She stands there with the dark-haired and dirty, sticking out like a sore thumb.
Oh.
Even so, no one seemed to notice. Although she's looking away from me, her mere existence here strikes, disturbs. A sense of tunnel vision blinds while I stand shocked still and gape at her. Like my life depends on making sure she stays where she is. I feel trapped in her presence until another guest bumps into me, yanking me out of my stupor. Only then I do realize I've been holding my breath. Before I can figure out what happened, she's gone. A quick scan of the room yields no sign of her. The party continues as if nothing's amiss. Not really one to judge, but I am someone like that who would have not been allowed in fancy things like this. What has security been doing? Are they really that incompetent for someone so distinct to easily get in without notice? There should have been an outcry by now, particularly from the host. She has been standing almost an arm length away from the woman, and yet she simply continues her talk with Rebecca.
Oh, the professor, darling. And your little baby.
Aye, my parents couldn't make it since they're in Scotland right now. And Mum says hi, by the way.
Is there something in the food then? Am I tripping balls? Then I'm starting to see things. I couldn't have been the wine, though I'm every bit as sober as when I first stepped out of my car. The Horsdorf? Dwarves. God damn it.
Those whores.
Those damn whores. Oh god, the cat's looking at me funny like, what do you call it a whore? It's like, holy shit. Alright, sorry. But why would anyone do that? Why would the Luke Rides want to do that? He's fishy, but I couldn't see why he ever thinks it'd be a good idea to lace the food he served in his party with someone like Chief Lee. Chief Lee's on the guest list to boot. He has been linked to narcotics trade, yet. However, that kind of tactic is below him. That much I could tell. Unless there's a mass murder waiting to happen here tonight, which I highly doubt.
Well, back to eating more deviled eggs then.
So,
What the fuck was that?
there's no time to look deeper into this, even if I want to. Not when the telling silence comes upon the room and it draws everyone's attention to the main doors of the ballroom.
About damn time. Scumbag.
Scumbag.
Alright.
Justin!
It is time. Alright, let me drink this glass of milk first.
Chicken glass of milk.
Oh.
That's good milk.
Alright. Good evening, ladies and gents. Enjoying the party? I hope I'm not too late in welcoming you all to the Right Mind What the heck called scumbag? Who the fuck is calling me scumbag in the subtitles?
Sorry, someone told me to put that there and they pay me good money, so, I put it back properly when I have to.
I will shoot whoever called me that right now. Stop!
Oh god.
Luke breaking the fourth wall to complain.
you know, Justin loves
I
his
feel
fourth
like
wall
that
breaking.
works with his character.
I hate to be this guy, Justin. Your mic sounds a bit like roomy. I can tell you that much. I'm not sure if you're far from your mic or anything.
Okay, now I'm close to my mic.
Okay. Well,
Oh, now you sound better.
yeah.
Okay, let me put the mic closer to me. Alright. Okay, let's continue to the next line.
I've been telling this guy for a while now. Before that, I heard stories from previous officers who tackled this case, none of which are pleasant. Mind, I'm not counting the incident with Professor Clark, yet Pleasant is glossing over the gravity of it, and the mysterious Zack has appeared.
Were you the one who labeled me a scumbag?
You're still scumbag, Luke, but Ashton's clearly into you, so, you know.
There's something about his slick back hair that reminds me of the character from Harry Potter, but other than that, yeah, while Luke is good at covering whatever shady stuff he's doing, he's shown to be a real rotten guy. At least, that's what the case he comes to think of. None of his peers are around to judge him. I've lost track of how many counts of verbal abuse and harassment this guy couldn't be pinned with. Fuck, he even tried to make a move on Isabella back in the open house, right in front of his goddamn wife. Standing in the same room as him doesn't make me want to punch him any less. Actually, there are just stronger but protocols. My first and foremost, my own opinion of the man shouldn't get ahead of my purpose here. I want to put him in his place. It should be in court, with all other proper charges filed against him. And I'll only be able to do that once I gather enough evidence to pin this bastard down. Go back,
Phrasing.
scumbag.
Welcome, one and all, to a humble abode. Tonight, if you have yet to find yourself in your rows, you are all ladies and lords of the court of your king and queen, if you will excuse my presumptuousness. So, enjoy the feast that has been laid out for your senses, as we only allow the best to be served. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone!
Suppressing my, oh god. Suppressing my annoyance as I prepare to step away from the crowd. Amidst the cheers and clap, and now's a good time as any to move. Try to find something that Mikola woman talked about. In the first place, I have no plan to actually shake hands with the slime ball himself. Fake smile is plastered in my face while I pretend to listen to one of the other guests gossiping about him, all while slowly inclining out of the back room, inching out the ballroom. Unfortunately, before I can get any further... Ah, shit, it's this woman again!
Oh no.
Oh, that late.
Are you feeling ill, Rochelle, darling? Perhaps you need to sit down and...
Rich.
Wait, was this the angry,
Yeah,
angry
this
drunk
angry
lady?
drunk.
Yakuza is a fair.
Yeah.
Hey, Alice, do you want to try voice acting this one?
You wanna be an angry pregnant woman?
We'll see
Sure.
if she has many lines like that.
Oh god.
Because this is like the 4th time we've seen this. Alright. Hashtag...
I'm guessing this is key to the story because it's in everybody's story.
Yeah. Man, this must be very drama. Alright. Hashtag rich people problem only have 2 ways to resolve this mess. Either they quietly deal with it behind closed doors, or they create an ever greater problem out of it. It just blows up in everybody's faces one way or another. Fun. Give it away, Alice.
No. Shut it, you munter. I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the scumbag over here. You bloody bastard standing there with your smarmy smile.
Smart me smile.
Not even a few seconds in,
Delivery.
it's already proving itself to be a big public spectacle. Why spend money on television to buy daytime soap operas when you can just go on one of these parties and see the actions unfold in real life? You get free food too. Like the horde dwarves. God damn it.
More deviled eggs for me.
I'm not French, guys. I'm sorry. Really, if I was an actual guest, I just take some of the some red form of amusement.
Watch your tongue! We have gone through this 3 times in this game already, Michelle, and you are on thin ice! What's your husband? Who even invited you?
But I'm not with the guests who are here for a good time. I need to focus on them, even though the whole story tell. So, I wait, I listen, I observe. Interesting, isn't it? There's the chief inspector's wife. Ellipses.
You're a creeper, Ashton.
Look, man, creeper's gotta creep.
I gotta know everybody's wives. Everything.
Alright, this one has a saucy affair with Scumbag, and this one over here probably has a sad cookie affair. But anyways, the morning starts off to a quiet. Even the whole Samuel residences seems unusually still. The open hallway when I stepped out is devoid of tenants. No sounds coming from the other units either. It's almost as if something's brewing on the horizon. The peaceful night still does wonders for the mood, though I can't remember the last time I slept without anything urgent interrupting. It's a nice break from all the bad news lately. If it wasn't for the insistent buzzing in my pocket, waking me up, I sleep in. The ringing has stopped before I could move somewhere private, but sleep also has been effectively kicked out of my system by then. Pity. I could use a little more rest until I have to face the other storm. Of course, I owe Rebecca an explanation. It doesn't matter if the whole truth is another hastily spun tale. Although I haven't been really figured out how to go about this yet. Unlike Zach and Isabella, who don't usually ask questions or are content with little I could share, Rebecca's rather quick on the trigger finger. I will have to be here set aside for later, though. God fucking damn it, I hate my own ringtone.
In West Philadelphia, all about how my left eye.
All right.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Make it
My-
stop.
The own ringtone of the phone.
Why do you even have that as a ringtone?
I don't know, but I wish I could nonchalantly and shamelessly post a ringtone of my terrible rapping. So you got to give Ashton credit.
I wish I could make
Oh,
other people
no.
have. I wish I could choose my
Like you
ringtone
call
for
someone
other
else's
people.
phone, and it's like
Yeah.
your customized like
Ringtone.
Oh my god.
I know you can set people's ringtones in most phones, but like if you could like custom make them, like just have your friend just yell at you as
It's
they
me.
ring.
Answer the phone.
Funny.
So it could be like, set it to like where like my mom would call me and she'll just scream at me across the freaking house like a
Oh
good
no,
kid
yeah,
again.
this is a bad idea.
Yeah, it's like, so like I know when to answer. Anyways, the chief's name stares back at me almost as if it's mocking me. Sad. Would have been nice to just chill after last night, or maybe have listened to the news. Sure, it's been the same thing been hearing lately. Still beats standing outside the chilly Luxborn morning, on phone with my boss. Sighing, I answer it, only to get this over with. All right, and maybe I
Right.
can turn this back. There we go.
Thank God.
Where are you right now?
Now that's tone I did not expect from him at this hour. Just thinking about how this will go already gives me a headache. Immediately I reached up and pinched a bridge in my nose to starve it off.
This is why I won't ever drink myself senseless.
What was that?
I mean, nothing, Chief. Pleasant morning to you too. I meant drinking coffee.
Top of the morning to you, laddie. He's probably calling to rag on me or complain about his wife, which is really none of my business unless it affects my case. It seems like the usual rich man cheats on his wife deal. Although I would have followed up on it if it were somebody else's wife. But figuring it's a chief, hey, I trust him to come clean and the missus is related to the right shady's dealings. This is why I left before they even hurled the woman out last night. I'm not gonna go around investigating cheating husband and wives when it's probably just that. Chief appears to be different in idea in mind, though.
There's nothing pleasant in the morning. Anyway,
Not with
where are
that.
you?
Damn.
I told you millions of times before to keep your lines open.
He did, and not only him. Zach, Rebecca, Isabella, all of them have the same thing, said the same things numerous times in the past. When I was undercover last night, a phone call was the last thing I want to happen when there were other things I needed to focus at the time. Besides, we have radios and work-issued phones. Isn't why using those channels this is urgent.
Just woke up, sir. As awesome as it is to hear your voice in the morning, it really is early. If you could just give me a few minutes to wake myself up, that'd be swell.
No need for that. This won't take long.
Is there something wrong? Am I needed at the precinct ASAP?
Oh no, everything's good over here. Just look, kid, Frey, don't take this personally, all right? You're off the Luxembourg firm case, starting today.
Well,
Nani?
I did not expect to hear that either. This must be some kind of cosmic joke. I allow some awkward seconds to pass. Chief must be pulling another one of his awful pranks. Out of the bad mood or severe hangover, maybe. Everyone knows when he's given the chance, he exercises no control with his drinking. If it wasn't for his wife causing a stir, he'd probably be thrashed out an hour at the party. He likely drank more after they threw her out of the ballroom. Besides, his sense of humor has never been really good. He has been just infuriating most of the time. But when he doesn't follow it up, if it sounds a tiny bit frustrated, speaking to my own superior, I am not the one to blame.
What? Are you kidding, Chief? I just ate a couple extra deviled eggs. It wasn't that many. Is this one of your practical jokes again? The temps won't say anything about it, but
Give a shit about deviled eggs. It's not that.
It's not about them doors.
I like them scrambled. They're orders from the higher ups.
That's right.
The higher-ups. My favorite word. Since when the higher-ups ever cared about the criminal investigation department did. As far as I could tell, they only give a hoot if CID is filled with cold cases. As long as we have to keep the spending low. But I need to view these old cases, though. They locked away in the archives, and you're never going to have to check with the higher-ups. I need access to these reports. See, if the higher-ups would allow it, every step, every move in this case, there isn't one that hasn't been gated by some authority. If it's not the chief, it's the commissioner. Or so they always tell me. It always makes me wonder why even bother assigning it to anyone. Not a single one of them has done anything to help move the case. They always wonder why it's taken long for them to hit a hint of progress to show.
You can't just drop this on me, Chief. You can't just take me off like that.
Yes, I can. And I'm sorry, Ashton. You're a good detective. One of the best I've seen in years, but
3 years, you mean, Chief. 3 years.
3 years since that anonymous tech leak blew up. Since Luke's Wright's name has been very seductively linked to the nasty dealings within the Luxborn corporate world, some involving deaths. 3 years, I was the only one who made it this far. Made much progress that officers with more experience weren't able to do when they handled this case. Just within a year, with barely any help from the damn brass at that. Of course, I'll be pissed because I'll never get to see my husbando.
Do you even know what would have happened if I didn't work my ass off on this thing? If I didn't dedicate a whole year of my life in eating ramen every day on it? It would have gone cold. Like every
ramen.
fucking
The
case.
ramen would have gone
Right.
cold.
I've been
Ramen
linked
was
to.
cold.
All of my cold ramen. And getting this thrown into the archives, sir. I'm so close. I can feel it. If you could just
old ramen is delicious, and I'm fully aware of what you've done, Frey. But the commissioner hasn't been happy with your progress.
Oh, man.
Still too slow by their standards.
Damn. You're fast, but not fast enough. Wait, where? Oh, that's why.
too slow?
Yeah, like Sonic the Hedgehog too slow.
Well, what about those reports I filed? I've documented every freaking thing for them. I've given you every important lead I can gather. Isn't that enough?
Oops, sorry.
They need results, not a bunch of research papers. Not one baseless assumption after another.
Damn.
Concrete proof, Frey. And eggs.
We're up about eggs.
I'm really
tonight.
sorry. They've already made a decision. They're going to pass this one on to someone who's been in the force longer. Someone who has more experience.
Someone who has more experience?
Look,
Excuse
I am the
me,
most experienced stalker of Luke Wright there has ever been.
I know his whole daily schedule. I know when he brushes his teeth. I know when he goes to the bathroom.
And
You
every night when he takes a fart, I take a good whiff, and I know what he ate last night.
I can tell.
Damn it. This is very
Can't
ageist
stand
here.
y'all.
They meant nothing by it, but you're still too young to work on a case this big.
Big boy.
Oh, it farts.
Look, I've already done more than those old farts ever did behind their desks. All of it within a year of being assigned to this. Those stupid boomers in the department next to mine don't know what they're doing.
They don't even know.
What's your language, Frey? I'm a boomer. Those are your superiors here.
Sir, they don't even know what's a notepad.
I'm not some damn rookie fresh out of training, Chief. I'm as qualified as they are.
Futile, I know it is. They never say within my earshot, but the very minute I step into their precinct, I give them I had a lot of them underestimated me. From their stares alone to the assignments I get. To them,
I've played every single Phoenix Wright game. I know everything how to be an inspector.
That's what they use in the academy. Just all these freaking games in Phoenix
Bruh,
Wright.
You have not played every Phoenix Wright game, you liar!
Sorry, sir. This is what the express courses were like, so we had to play nothing but Phoenix Wright. 1, 2, and 3, and plus all the ace of the freaking
Budget cuts.
Yes. Alright, let's see. Oh, to them, I'm just a kid. Too young, too green, too inexperienced. And once they pull that card on me, every argument I get's thrown out the window. No matter how logical it is, how much I've accomplished, what the records say, or the amount of work I put in every investigation they thrown my way.
Your skills, kid. You wouldn't have that badge and rank if you weren't good enough. However, this case is just not for you. Too high profile, too risky to put a good officer like you in harm's way.
Can't even hear himself? That reasoning is odd in itself. No one joins the line of work without knowing the dangers of it.
Don't I get a second chance, a second opinion, something? You said it yourself. I'm a good detective. It'll be just a matter of time before we can close this.
I don't know why, but I just thought of the SpongeBob meme where it was like, I'm good detective. I don't know why.
It's easy.
It doesn't matter what I think, Frey. You're off the case, and that's final.
Damn.
I expect all related files and documents on my desk by Monday morning. And don't even try to go touch anything. I know how hard-headed and determined you are.
Does that include Luke?
I want to touch Luke.
Luke is okay. I'll permit that.
I want to cuff this man so bad.
A few more weeks. I have his schedule figured out. I know when he goes to Zarbucks. I can go on a date with him. Just one. Just please.
Just one date, bro. That's all I need.
I'll have the proper evidence left on your desk by then. I swear it won't take longer than that.
You look like you're 12 years old and you have a fuckboy haircut. Afraid it's too late, boy. I've already informed the other officers.
No coming back.
Sad anime hours. Oh my god, Justin, your mic sounds like you're booming now. Holy shit.
Hell.
Yeah, no idea.
That's my mic that time.
Yeah. It sounds like I don't know, like does your mic have like a gain setting or something? It sounds like really like booming.
Sounds like your hand's like covering it or something.
Yeah.
It's echoey and weird.
Okay, let me check. I've got let's see.
Check to see the setting is not using a different mic, maybe. I don't know.
It sounds like it's really far away. Like
Yeah, was it like that yesterday, Zach?
No, yesterday you were coming in pretty clear.
I'll have to. I'm gonna check my mic settings.
Maybe check it on like Discord or something. You know the one.
Just gotta bring it in real close.
Real sensual, like.
Let's see.
ASMR, you know.
I think let's the internet though.
All right. Enough of that. Hey Zach, buddy.
What?
Would you mind taking over the stream for me like we did last time?
What? Why?
Oh, the handoff. Ed's got stuff to do.
I gotta check my cat because he's like meowing like crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this will not take long, but how did we do this last time? We just like do it on stream. I right click on you.
Yeah, you should Steam remote play, and then I took over.
Let's see. It's like hold on. Let me refresh this real quick.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
buddy,
God,
you
so
don't
much
sound
better.
like in a room now.
Okay, yeah, okay, so yeah, it seems Discord switched it to default for some reason.
Unfortunate. Do I have to like send you a message? Let me see.
Yeah, that's what you did last time. Like, if you open up the messenger and then you can, there's like a remote play option, I think.
Remember. Is this a game you can remote play? That's a better question, though.
I don't. Well, I didn't have Monster Camp either.
Hold on.
Oh, whoa.
Do you have to have like Monster Camp to do this? Hold on.
No. I don't have Monster Camp, but it worked.
Okay. That's weird. Hold on. I did this before. Hold on, kitty. I hear you. Calm down.
Aw, kitty.
She's good.
I don't know. It might be faster to just go check on your cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
It's
I'll be
alright.
right back.
We can take a break.
Well, that's okay.
I have nowhere to be.
I
Actually,
have everywhere to
Yeah.
This
Like,
is a good opportunity for me
like
to
talking with 5 different girls in this game.
start a load of laundry. I'll be
There
back.
you go.
Oh, sorry, kitty.
Yeah, this is interesting though, because I don't think like Luke
Okay.
ever told the other guys that he was like off the case starting like
Alright.
pretty early on.
I'm back. Sorry
He
about
was,
that.
he was still like investigating it, and all he didn't like tell everybody else.
Yeah, he didn't say he was off the case with Luke. Ashton seemed like he kept pursuing it. He's probably gonna ignore the chief. It seems like Ashton's too obsessed to let this go.
Yeah. Alright, I'm back. If you want to see the kitty, here
Kitty
she
cat.
is.
Yeah.
He's just chilling.
Oh. Video.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so
Aw.
cute, darling.
She looks so sweet.
Yeah, she's. I think she just wanted to cuddle for a bit, I guess. Because, like, I have her in the other room just to. She does her thing. I made sure that she wanted to use the restroom. She wasn't vibing towards the litter box, so, but she's good. She's just sleepy mode. But other than that,
Ho, ho, ho,
Look at that baby.
That is so
yawn.
adorable.
yeah. Let me just get a little bit more into camera view so you guys can see her.
Oh, hello, baby.
Oh,
you're so
sweet kitty
pretty.
cat.
Yeah, sorry about that. But other than that, I guess
Cat
you'll
breaks
be...
are always accepted.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, let's continue. I know I'm very apologetic, but I'll just leave the camera on just so you guys can see the kitty cat. Other than that, I guess we already said this line, right?
Yeah.
Alright, there we go.
You aren't to be allowed access until you've been given a new assignment. Hell, just keep out of the precinct, Frey. Take the weekend off.
Damn. Let's
Go to the club.
Go to the club.
Seriously, Chief, it's about last night, isn't it? I know I ate way too many deviled eggs. I'm so fucking sorry. If this is about me being at that party, I have a good reason for.
Told you I don't give a fuck about the deviled eggs. You were at the party?
It makes me pause.
Oh,
His worried tone, the sudden careful note of his in his voice. Slowly, a frown forms in my face. And my eyebrow... Oh, you want to get off now? Alright. Alright. My eyebrow knitting together in confusion. Much as I hate to say about my old boss, there's also suspicion in it. Or not to think of it in that way, seeing how he acted around Hannah Wright last night. Is he worried? Why should he be? Everyone knows, anyone who was invited, I didn't doubt for a second why he received an invite. Even if his presence was, questionable. There's something wrong and I've unintentionally walked into it. All I have is a sneaking suspicion, but when he looks at it from a different angle, put everything together. Why the hell I've been taken off the case might be the same reason he was there in the first place. Fuck!
yes, Chief, I was. And for a good reason. That I will now explain. But, first, what were you doing there? I know we don't have a strict rule against attending functions, but that was...
He coughs and almost sounds like he's choking in his own excuses, lies. I don't want to accuse him of anything yet he's someone I've respected since I joined LPD, even with his bizarre sense of humor and tendency to procrastinate. He's obviously competent enough to get the job done. He wouldn't be Chief Inspector of Luxborn Police if he wasn't. He wouldn't be last year's in service without some track record backing him. Unless that, too, is a fluke. And what's backing him is not something. But someone.
Bum bum bum.
Luke fucking right. Sorry.
Oh shit. Fucking hell. Oh shit. Fuck. This is a laugh a lot.
Chief Harvey, about last night with the...
What is it matter, Frey? This isn't about that.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter? I recite the whole damn oath upon taking upon the sworn service if I can, but at this point it seems too late to remind him of that. He have already probably moved from serving and protecting people to serving and protecting his own interests. Damn it! Damn. I suspect the upper brass of this, even the lower rank subordinates in the force, but for my own boss? Shit! No wonder that leak didn't lead anywhere. Someone closer might have been pulling the strings. Might have been set up to fail long before the fucking case had been assigned to me. But I don't want just to give this up. I don't want to believe I wasted my entire year for this. I don't want this to become some kind of news to tell Professor Clark and other promises I've given the man.
I just want to know, sir, at the party with Luke and Hannah Wright, you were...
Monday, Detective Inspector. First thing in the morning. Every copy of the files you have, I want to see it all on my table. Understood?
This isn't...
Frey, am I understood?
Damn. What else can I do other than smile and nod like some pleb? With my own superior expecting an answer, using that tone, brushing my questions off as easy as discarding a dead body.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Oh, sad.
All that face.
Oh, look at that! Look at that sad fuckboy eyes right there.
You puppy.
He's a puppy. Call him a puppy? Alright, fuck it. He cuts as soon as the line says the words are out. You're off the case, Frey, just like that. Funny, why this still caught me off guard. I discovered years ago how different the actual thing is. How far from reality everything I believe in a dreamy-eyed kid. There's no high-speed pursuits every day, no thrilling gunfights or exciting cases every step of the way. Only paperwork, lots of red tape, and dealing with politics and bureaucracy. I set out to change things, hoping to make things better for the people I care about. It ended up changing me instead. Serves me right for being too idealistic, I guess. This is probably the universe telling me that it is better to remain the skeptic I really am. Now, here I am, standing useless. Can't do anything but grit my teeth and kick the wall. The bastard didn't even acknowledge my response. What the poor wall ever did to you? It figures Rebecca will be the one to find out this embarrassing state. Honestly, I don't like it when she sees me like this. Which
Wait, do they all live in the same apartment complex? I know Rebecca and Isabella do.
I guess this is how the developers make an excuse. They couldn't afford different assets for each room.
No, I'm pretty sure Ashton lives somewhere else, doesn't he?
He does live in the other side of town. And Rebecca and Isabella are definitely neighbors.
Why is she just ordering at their apartment then?
Because they're
in the morning.
Stakeout.
I think Rebecca lets Ashton use her apartment.
Oh,
like,
that
on
is.
the weekends for stuff,
There's that. There was also Zachary sleeps over too, but.
Oh, you're right. I think after the party she let Ashton sleep over because it was late. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Rebecca, now is not a good time.
The concern I expect from her when I turn isn't there, however. Instead, she just looks, well... The storm I left brewing last night is right there in her face, ready to be unleashed.
When is this ever a good time for you? You're always so busy with everything now. Now I find you here, sneaking out without even bothering with a proper goodbye? Not even a word? Really, I'm starting to think you're just keeping me around for my couch and my cooking. I misread that at first.
Well, it's better than the ramen, but Becca, it's not what you're thinking. I wasn't planning on sneaking out. I was going to say goodbye. I just had to take this call. Although I'm not gonna lie, that's a great couch. 10 out of 10 would sleep again.
10 out of 10.
Stop it with the jokes, Ashton. I'm not in the mood.
Her bitterness is not lost on me, but at the point of our friendship in our lives, how does she still expect me to answer that? What am I supposed to tell her now?
Are you still mad about last night?
She merely raises an eyebrow at me, which, to be honest, it's all the response I need. Seeing her like this makes me believe those things Z-Man says. The part where Rebecca scares him sometimes. I've certainly seen this more than once already. But the doesn't really take away from the downhill turns this conversation's starting to take. Only an awkward cough serves as a way to stall.
Okay, of course, you're still mad. But, listen, whatever happened last night, I really am sorry. I'll apologize as many times as you want, starting now. 1, sorry, 2, sorry. If you want, I'll kneel or something. I'll get you some Starbucks.
Starbucks?
Ashton, an apology is nice and all, but that's not what I wanted to hear from you today.
Shit!
Okay, alright, fine. Where do you want to start?
Oh, I don't know. I've honestly lost track of it by your third trip to the buffet table.
I wasn't, look, the drive took a bit. Can you blame me if I wanted some
much
those
did he actually
delicious deviled eggs?
Yeah, the whole doors!
Oh, come on, Ash. For the whole evening? For the whole party? Please don't tell me that's all you did, because I've never known you as someone who pigs out. You even took great lengths to avoid me. Should I also mention how you ignored Zach? Sometimes I get the feeling you don't even want to be seen with us in public. Some friendship, huh?
You know it's not like that. I just had to stalk Luke for a little bit. You know, it's not gonna be like that, Becca. I was...
I'll ask this again. What were you up to during the party? What were you doing that you couldn't even take 2 seconds to make time for your friends?
I couldn't look in her in the eye. It wasn't that I wanted to avoid them. I did it to keep Zach safe, to keep Rebecca safe. Just in case. Client or family friend who was still a party hosted by the person of interest. By a man accused years ago of murdering a person's wife to get what he wanted. But then Chief showed up and Hannah Wright happened. And Luke Wright can't be bothered to die peacefully somewhere else.
Oh, jeez.
All of a sudden, all my original reasons mattered. If I was found out right then and there, hell, if Zach and Rebecca's connection with me was found out, who knows what might happen. But Rebecca doesn't understand that. Doesn't understand what I can and can't say... Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Can't say to keep them from harm. It's all in her eyes. The tight line of her lips and her furrowed brows. The hurt. This day is just off to a wonderful start. First my case, now Becca. How do we go about this? Stretch the truth or
boy.
insist it's confidential?
These are both bad.
Oof, neither of these are great.
Answers.
Hmm.
Lie to her one way or lie to her another way.
I think stretch the truth is probably the nicer option, because like you're telling the truth but leaving out key information, and I think Rebecca would accept that.
Maybe.
If you say it's confidential,
lie
then she'll just go.
outright?
Nah,
Yeah.
Or do we
Yeah.
lie by omission?
It's basically just say, nah, babe, I can't tell you this shit. It's work related, you know.
I feel like he does that a lot, though.
Yeah, and I don't think Rebecca appreciates
Can't really
that.
win here.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's
I think
she's
Stretch the truth. I think that's the
I
best we
think
can
the
do.
first one is what I'm leaning.
Yeah.
all right.
You're out the case. You can say whatever you want.
That's true, technically.
I don't think that's actually true, but
But other than that,
stretch the truth.
He is not the case. That is true.
I'm gonna click on the other one for funsies. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna do
No,
that.
no.
All right, I guess most of us in for
Just
stretch
stretch
the
it.
truth. And we're gonna stretch it out for this poor Goyle. I guess so.
Yeah, nice and stretchy.
Let's make this stretch like a freaking airhead. Obviously, I couldn't just say, "Hey, Becca, you know the Wrights are suspected to be ringleaders of a cold crime syndicate and that shit like that too? Protocol or otherwise, there are so many things I'm not allowed to tell others. Keep them able to share information with civilians, knowing they could very well put them in danger. That's why I keep it vague, obscure the facts, and push them to shove, stretch the truth, and lie through my teeth. It is a necessity I've grown to deal with, and Kitty Cat, please don't do that. It already has become part of me, no matter how much I loathe doing it."
I mentioned it, didn't I? I was there on behalf of someone else. I was on business, Becca. I wasn't there to have a good time.
She doesn't look convinced at all. Look at that sneering bullshit grin. But
Oh god.
it's like, oh, I see bullshit when I happen kind of face. Although she was very picture of someone who is willing to listen. Her glare effectively makes a good 20 off of my current years. I feel like a kid again, being reprimanded by my junior high school teacher for sleeping in class. But getting away with that is easier than with this one. It's the thing with someone you've been friends for so long that they're the ones who know you from inside out. Good grades wouldn't be enough for Rebecca to let this whole thing slide.
You can't even spare a single second to mingle?
What was I supposed to say? Hi, fancy meeting you here. Would you like to dance? By the way, the appetizers are really good. You like this deviled eggs? Boy, you should really try some. Like that. I've got a boss guy. He's breathing down my neck. I don't really have the luxury of doing as I please.
This much is true. My reason for being at the party too, however. Chief's presence last night made things a lot more difficult than it should be. Approaching them was out of the question when there was someone watching, a person who knew the reason why I was here. It turns out to be a good call on my part. But for someone who already angry beyond reason, everything will only sound like an excuse.
Cut the shite. I saw you step in your face with the deviled eggs while your own boss is off on the other side of the room.
Technically, miss, it's a horde that's...
Goddamn eggs. You didn't even exchange a word or a glance with him either. In fact, I think you also avoided the man. Just say you don't want to talk about it instead of lying to my face.
Damn. I do feel guilty.
Oh,
Still.
damn.
Oh, we should have done for the confidential.
We've already been down this road.
Oof.
It's something
Wrong
I've done
choice,
repeatedly in the past. Something's hurt for me many times when all my fingers could count. Something I just get over with this moment.
I'm sorry. You know that, Becca. I really, really am.
Can we check our relationship with her? I'm assuming we went down.
Oh, do we want to?
Oh.
Yeah. It'd be like that.
It's okay. She has Luke.
He's right. We're pairing her up with Luke. Look, I wouldn't do this shit if I didn't have a good reason to.
And you know that I don't like you lying to me. If you can't tell the truth, just don't say anything and shut your gob.
That wasn't an answer on the visual novel.
I swear, Ashton, friend, you're just so dense. I'm I'm so angry I can't even bear to look at you right now because I swear I'll knock you right off your block. I mean, what good reason could you have to act like an antisocial arsehole? The only time you did talk to me was to spout some vague nonsense about Luke. What was that all about? That's my dysfunctional situationship. Were you somehow expecting me to just accept everything as it is?
It's funny if Becca and Ashton end up fighting over Luke.
Oh, damn.
He's my husband, not yours.
But you don't even know what time he brushes his teeth at, though.
Or if you prefers Colgate versus like Total or something. I don't know.
Yeah. You really shouldn't go near that man, Becca. He's mine.
Why? Because you don't trust him?
Well, that's a given.
I wonder if he actually trusts anyone. Aside from the three of us, Zach, Isabella, and myself, do you even have any other friends? You fucking loser? If you're perfectly fine with that, then go ahead. No one is stopping you. But don't expect me to share the same views. I can have a life of my own. Friends that I don't necessarily share with you. I'm an adult, Ashton, and I can make my own bloody decisions. I sure as hell can choose the people I want to let into my life.
Of course, she's allowed to do as she pleases, but never mentioned she couldn't. Us growing up together doesn't mean it always has to be the two of us. It is a dumb idea to believe in it, not when nothing ever remains constant. Things will inevitably change through the years, and she'll make friends with people outside her little circle. I'm just as free to form relationships with other people, even though I'm friends with this girl for more than 20-something years. But why of all people have to be him? Why doesn't it be Luke right? That guy's nothing but trouble. How could she defend a guy like that? She's already calling him Luke for peak's sake. Damn it, I wanted to call him Luke!
No.
You're
No,
not thinking about this,
can't.
Ashton. You're not considering the threesome route.
Oh my god.
Listen.
Did somebody say threesome?
Let's see. Possibility for threesomes! Pretty much no.
It's
With Luke here.
Listen, I trust Zach, and I trust Isabella. I measure all my friendships whether or not I can trust them in a firefight. And I trust you, Rebecca, so why can't you just trust me on this? You need to stay away from that man, because he's, it's confidential. I really wish I could tell you.
What was that saying Isabella mentioned before? A liar's the brother of a thief? People who look at me now will probably say I'm a hair's breadth away from being a criminal. Z-Man said something like that once years ago into our friendship. I laughed it off back then, but now they're probably right. Little by little, I'm becoming the very person I hate. How ironic. Ellipses. The sunlight's afterwards brings a heavier air between us. Something that Rebecca, thankfully, doesn't allow linger more than necessary.
I suppose you have to go now, huh?
The situation's already awkward as it is. Dragging this out would only make it more... what? Difficult? Messed up? As if it isn't already.
Back to your case again?
I don't really have to. I have no case. As far as the job is concerned, I have the weekend off until I have to report to Chief on Monday. Although I don't want just Joe's throwing the towel in on this. Orders are orders. This isn't like the movies where I get to say, fuck off, or throw my gun and badge at them. Become some vigilante, save the day, and get my job back. I'd rather get my ass thrown in jail than do any of that. That is also not my nature to sit still and do nothing. It'll drive me crazy if I just idle about it. Besides, there's someone who has know about this whole Luke Wright thing.
Yeah, I need to go talk to Professor Clark. And there's something else I need to look into.
That other matter she mentioned last night specifically. The same stuff Zachary has also been trying to tell me. The things the news have been blasting out to the general populace lately. Evenings, afternoons, Ashton's mornings, all deaths with the same modus blamed on a single serial killer. Or is it still the case? Reporter found dead in the early hours of the morning today. A fire contained within the rooms where no other tenants were harmed, according to the Luxbourne police. We're grasping at straws as far as these murderers are concerned. In the first place, I'm not even heading this investigation. Yet he looked at me, treating it as if it's another high-profile case on my shoulder. How sad is that? Although all three of my friends have mentioned seeing something strange, I don't want that to go into that line of thinking for now. Not yet, until I've exhausted every logical argument I could throw at it. To be honest, though, I don't know how to take all of this anymore. But I've already given Isabella my word. It bothered me more if I didn't follow up on a promise I made to her. After Rebecca's claim last night, there wouldn't be enough sarcasm in the world if my friends had been telling me it's true. I can already hear Isabella's laughter, in fact.
Figures. What else can it be?
It's not another case, it's something else. That issue Isabella mentioned yesterday morning, I'm sure you remember. You were there. I was there. Isabella was there.
We're all there.
Well, at least you're not neglecting all your friends.
Becca, I promised her I'll...
She doesn't wait for me to finish. With a roll of her eyes, she turns around, shut the door in my face like some sort of soap opera character. I have no idea what I've said this time, but...
I probably deserve that.
But which I have to fix at some other time by then. Her temper sure to have cooled off significantly. Hopefully. Alright, let's see. It's 8:35. Do you guys want to push it a little bit further, or...?
Oh,
I think it either way.
That's maybe a good stopping
go
point,
either
but
way.
if you guys are up for doing more, I could keep going.
Maybe like 15 more minutes, maybe?
Okay.
Or at
Fair,
least
okay.
till this scene maybe finishes. Alright, ellipses. For now, I can't laze around, gotta attend things that matters more. Professor Clark's first, deliver the bad news, then that issue with PRC and Isabella. Maybe also drop by Zach and check on him and hear what he has to say. He also has read that damn letter. He's also been saying odd things about the bunch of photographs. Might as well, while I'm here, playing a paranormal detective, or was it supernatural? I can't remember. Whatever, it wouldn't hurt anyone if I tried to get to the bottom of this. If nothing comes out of this, good. Everyone can shut up about stupid curses and we can finally get back on track with our lives. More important stuff. If there is something. Are you two done? There was a moment of confusion when I didn't hear her familiar ponytail about, only to find her standing behind the door to her apartment seconds later. Isabella holds it open, only slightly to hide it from anyone who might happen to pass by. This early on a lazy weekend, I doubt anyone would. But from the gap, from what little light is behind her, I can make it out the appearance of someone who had just clearly given God enough of bed. Hair in complete disarray, eyes with heavy with sleep, and a small pout on her lips. She hasn't gotten out of her pajamas? Ellipses. I look away before my sense of decorum kicks in. We might be friends. I even dare say we've grown much closer over the years, but that doesn't extend beyond the bounds of propriety?
Propriety?
Christ! Even Rebecca never greets early visitors in her sleep clothes. Though it may be our fault why she's up this early. Still, heat makes it
You're the
slow
one
curl
yelling in the
my
hallway.
neck and up my neck, and once I see quickly downplay with a solid cough.
Isabella, you're
Oh, that
up
blush.
early.
Oh, the anime blush.
This is serious.
Is he okay? Jesus.
Look,
That is
man,
bright red.
when you see your wife
Yeah, heat stroke.
off
He's
screen
actually
in
suffering heat
pajamas, you just like, I'm gonna die with this whole... I think the Rona's kicking in.
I've
I
got
don't
a
know.
bad rash. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Alice isn't here.
Oh, no, she
I love how her
left.
pajamas are basically her regular outfit.
I like to
It's
mention...
just a regular outfit. We can't afford
Nobody
costume
changes
changes.
outfits in this game.
I know, right?
Not like Monster Camp, a real game.
To be fair, the monster camp has its different priorities.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'm saying these guys gotta step it up. These developers.
I mean, we established already in this game that everyone just has the same characters.
Alright.
Right.
I want Zach to voice a waifu in this
Oh
one.
lord. I was gonna say, I mean, Erin could do it too if she's up for it.
Give me your best
I could do it,
waifu
yeah.
voice. Alright,
Wait, who's doing
I think
it?
it would be funny to make Zach do it though.
Zach,
Let's
do
do
it.
it if you
Yes,
want
it
to.
would.
Yeah.
Zach.
Zach, get your waifu voice. Do it like this.
To
Like what? Did
sell
you, like,
us.
go too
Give me
high
your
up
best
yourself there?
feminine waifu voice.
He was cueing you.
He's killing me like this. Trying to think of. I'm trying to tap my inner Justin. Like,
Inner Justin. That's a good
Inner
one.
Justin, inner waifu. There's like layers here.
How you doing?
I'm usually up at this hour. You're the one that usually sucks at getting up early.
That voice is terrible.
I love this voice.
You shush.
Oh boy.
Where are all these voices coming from? I mean,
From my personal harem.
Which is an amalgamation.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Says the person who looks like she's just fallen out of bed.
Instead of the unusual quip, she simply avert her gaze to some other point beside her. And although it only flashes briefly across her face, an expression of hurt flickers in her eyes. It disappears seconds when she turns her attention back to me, and at that moment she has sent a worried twinge in my stomach. I've seen her plenty of times before, just never in the matters that unsettles. It feels, I don't know, off this time. I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
Hey, are you?
Anyway, was that Becca with you?
This is beautifully glorious. I love it.
Perfect.
First.
You both sound like Mama and Papa when they fight. You're awfully loud. That's just turning glass into.
I love
a
it.
waifu.
You're starting to sound a bit like Toad.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Hello,
Which
guys!
I didn't know was possible.
If we
Oh my god.
I was trying to do so let's go for something else, but if we get another memo from the landlady, I'm asking the guard to ban you from ever entering this place.
But me? Ban? Me? I'll hack my way back in. I mean, Becca's the only one shouting.
I mean, you don't want to piss off Becca when her icon's literally a red girl with a band hammer, but alright.
Dear, you don't.
such sass in the morning.
It's like a cross between Minnie Mouse and Toad. Like,
Mamma mia!
really?
Toad, what are you doing here?
This is what Ashton fell in love with, okay?
Oh god, her heavenly voice
Oh,
keeps
Lord.
keeps my spirit alive.
Ashton, you remember when we kissed?
Oh god, he doesn't want to.
You have no excuse. You're the suspicious-looking person.
Yeah. Thanks. Glad at least one person appreciates how I pretty up this place.
Don't flatter yourself. This place would be so much better without having to see your face every few days.
She follows up with another good pout, but her ruffled appearance, and particularly how puffy her eyes are, I noticed just now, takes away from the intimidating effect which she's trying to show. Really, right now, she just looks more like an angry puppy. Might have laughed about it and not giving another nagging sense that something's definitely wrong with her.
What do you mean? Nothing's wrong with me.
Look, just shut the fuck up, man! I'm just trying to get my inner dialogue! This is how they both sound canon. They just both sound like toads.
I'm perfectly normal.
Oh god!
Did anyone tell you you're ugly?
Ah, what? How she's been crying earlier? That's worrying. And she really does that. I almost sound like Roxo, the rock and roll clown, for a second.
God.
Alright. The only time it happened The one time I've ever seen her gently tear up over something. I think it's either Adelph in court that night at the bridge. I want to ask. She seems determined to keep it to herself, though.
Belle, did something...
About yesterday, Ash, the thing we talked about, do you think...
I'm putting people together.
I'm holding on to this thought.
Dude, you can go back to your normal voice if it's too much for you, man.
Background.
Do you need me to dial it back?
If you want, I mean, I'm fine with it, man, but I'm just...
No!
I just don't want you...
Explain to your coworkers why you can't talk tomorrow.
It's easier than like some of the other voices that I've done. It's easier than my himbo voice.
Oh my god.
You have a himbo voice?
Yeah, he has a good himbo voice.
Where have you been?
Wonderful.
I mean,
You gotta be the monster
it's easier
camp.
to do a himbo
Streams.
voice.
Damn, okay.
He
I
has a
gotta
good
go to the next
himbo.
monster camp, I guess.
I mean, we also have a good, like, bro out kind of, like, conversation in Dream Daddy. Remember that one, Zach?
Okay.
But this time we're doing an elegant Filipino girl, and we gotta do her justice. So let's go ahead and move on to the next line, Ed.
That's fine.
All right. Do you think we can take a look at it today?
We? I never said you're coming with me. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it. You'll be the first to know if I find anything.
No, I want to go with you. I'll be ready in a few. This won't take long.
Isabella, no, you really don't have to. I can handle this on my own. You'll just, with your pajamas.
I won't get in the way, I promise. Besides, maybe I can help. You know, if there are files you want to check.
I don't like what she's implying, although I'm fucking down for this. It's true that LPD is having a hard time with this, but taking Isabella with me, it's out of the question. Under normal circumstances...
You're the one who's going to get in trouble if you do that.
Yourself, you need information, and I can help you get that. And it's not like it matters anymore. Alright, my voice is starting to break now.
Alright, you can go back to a regular
was
voice,
a valiant
or do you
effort.
need somebody take over for
I
you?
can take over.
You take over. I don't have any other voices for her.
Alright, now you do the Toad voice, Aaron. Just kidding, Aaron.
Okay.
Don't you know that the Toad voice can only be done by men of culture?
I mean, who said it has to
Ow.
be just men
I'm
of
good.
culture?
I
Justin?
just
What?
don't want to stand around doing nothing today.
Oh, there it is again. The light shift in her eyes, the mild crease forming between her eyebrows, and the mild slump in her shoulders while she crosses her arm tightly around herself, like she's shielding herself from whatever painful thing is out there. I have plenty of reasons why I shouldn't let her tag along. First and foremost, she's a civilian. Second, I have no concrete plan of action yet. I'm going to this blind. No matter how I look at it, it's simply better for her just to wait so she wouldn't drag into what might be another one of my failures. Her assumptions might be a dead end for all we know. Oh god, the hiccups. But after seeing her expressions on her, hearing her speak those words out loud, in a desperate, almost pleading tone, I can't bring myself to say no. So I give in, because right there I see myself in her. A person
Freezing.
who doesn't want to stay idle, who doesn't want to think of problems haunting him.
Alright. 5 minutes.
What? You're timing me.
Ah, this bull.
Well, I can't wait forever. I'm a very busy guy. 4 minutes, 45 seconds, Isabella.
I hate you so much. I'm taking back what I said last week. You haven't changed at all.
Now you're at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. 29, 28. I'd hurry if I were you.
You're awful. I hope you never get a girlfriend. Listen at me.
He slams the door right after, although my chuckles, the mirth, the lightness in it linger. With her, those have always come easy somehow. Even the echoes fade and only a ghost of a smile remains.
It's not like I'm looking for anyone else.
I want to tell her.
So.
It's not because I can't. I won't. I'm the only one who's chosen not to, until I fix myself, until I found myself underneath all that guilt and those lies I've been telling all these years. Because no matter how heavy the weight of these feelings are, I am not worthy of them. Of her. Until then, the words and gestures are the only things I can offer. Minor stuff such as digging deeper into this thing with BRC in order to ease her worries. I'm not even sure if this will give us anything, unlike with the firm case, which I've already have proper leads on. I'm just going by her word on this. Speaking of Luxborn case firm, I still have to inform the professor. The apprehension there for sure. I have made a lot of promises to the man, and I would prefer to tell him in person, not over the phone. It's better for him to hear it from me rather than from a stranger. The railings of a steady support while I wait for him to answer. I like to think I could do this without losing my nerve. A grip on the bar surely tightens once the call connects.
Oh, Zach, you should be the professor then, if you're...
Give me your old man himbo voice.
Oh man, it's been a long time since I've been an old man. Although I thought we made him kind of like a Kentucky.
He did have a southern voice at one point,
God.
and then Maria and Madeline was dying.
Oh, we did like
I think
the
Madeline-
Kate
No,
guy.
I never know. I
Colonel
can't do it. I'll laugh. I know I'll laugh.
Go
We'll
on.
never get
It'll
anywhere.
be too funny.
Come on, man.
I can't do it.
Do it for the vine.
I can't do it, you guys. I'm gonna start laughing. We'll never get anywhere.
All right, you're gonna have to do a
Somebody
new
else
accent
will have
then.
to.
You're gonna have to give me let's see, what's a good accent? Give me a Canadian, French Canadian accent.
No.
Okay.
Okay, who's voicing this guy?
It was
I did
originally.
for-
I'm trying to figure it out.
We
I'm
kind
also
of switch
Ashton.
around with them.
That's the argument.
Yeah, it's been multiple.
Let me try. I haven't gotten to it. I haven't voiced
Yeah,
anyone
Justin
besides
hasn't done
Luke.
anybody.
Yeah,
Let's
Luke
let him
hasn't
do a
done
voice.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Give it your best Colonel, Justin.
Ashton.
Not running today, Professor.
He's usually at the park on some late Saturday mornings, as long as it isn't raining cats and dogs. Keeping him young and healthy, he says. And he's certainly fit for a man with his age, with his sedentary job.
Sedentary, yeah.
CET.
Oh no, not today.
He's utterly at the usual place, though. Cheers and laughter, likely from the children and families, filter through this receiver. I tend to avoid the park precisely because of this. No use in reminding myself of the what could has, and when it's already over. Mom's doing well with her career. Dad's also fine last time I visited. Although neither remarried, they're both content with their lives as it is. I'm probably the only who's still caught up with it, hence my aversion. But all in all, it's still a pleasant sight to see if you're the kind who takes joy in such sights like Professor Clark does.
Okay, let me try a different voice for this guy. Just thought I'd enjoy the nice weather before it takes a turn for the norm again.
Maybe more southern.
And what do I owe the pleasure?
See, I just love the idea of his own voice discrediting the fact that he's a professor.
You're saying.
What are you trying to say about southern accents there, Zach?
Not southern accents, but just yeah, you're right.
Give me my turkey sandwich.
You're saying us of the southern people can't be well educated in the fine arts of lore?
How dare you?
Thing.
Now give me my turkey sandwich.
Dude, I do have a funny
You're
museum.
right, I'm
I
sorry.
do have a funny museum story relating to that. But anyways, the guy certainly seems happy right now. In any case, I almost don't want to break the news to him. But it's better to get this off quick, as long as he doesn't shoot the messenger. He's not the type, however, how long resentment can change a person, even someone with mild manner as the professor.
I was hoping to talk to you about the case.
I suppose just a downer today. As soon as I say those words, he pauses, and the lightness of his voice is gone in an instant. Every time we talked about this in the past, he does that. I'm probably trying to gauge the situation based on the tone of my voice. Cat, what are you doing? Perhaps it's a good thing dwelling on the news, though through the phone. Who knows what in my face and my mannerisms? The art and keen observation learned from the man. probably is already the idea what... Kitty, you're in the way. I know. The idea what it might be about, for my manner of speaking alone.
You aren't in trouble, are you?
For a second I hesitate as a dirt beneath my nose. But I manage eventually, as long as a ragged drawl breath. I pick it up where I left off and still fumbling with my words.
Well, I'm in a bit of trouble, if you can call it that.
Ashton!
I can only assume the tone when there's reprimand at its heels.
But it's not like I'm in danger or anything, Baka.
You said that same excuse a million times before, Detective Inspector. That exhausted rasp in your voice tells a different story.
Perfect.
That sounds mighty sus.
I sound like Tom Hardy in The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh God, no.
Listen, it's nothing like what you're thinking. Don't worry. I was taken off the Luxembourg firm case.
I expect anger, frustration, maybe even disappointment. But all he gives me is a small sigh of relief.
And then I go, ah!
Oh God.
Not the Luxembourg firm case.
I say ow louder than that meme song. Is that so? Well, at least you aren't in danger. Liz wouldn't be too happy if she heard you right now.
Liz. Aunt Liz, she insisted I call her his late wife. A sweet-tempered woman by so many standards. They were never blessed with kids and contented himself with simply managing their bakery. But she's the closest I had to a mom in a few years I've known her. The professor, too. In the absence of my own parents in my life, the two filled the ache in their divorce left in me.
Believe me, you got an earful. You don't want to show up at her doorstep looking like you haven't slept a wink either.
How many years has it been since? 9? 10? I can still remember it vividly. Two men, primly dressed, briefcases in hands, and a stern look on each other's faces. They were already frequent visitors to the bakery in a few months, something about a lot being a prime property in downtown Luxembourg. I think they were hoping to settle a deal with them, but neither of them gave them their demands. Why should they? Their quaint little shop was a dream for them. Aunt Liz sent me home early that night after a fruitless wait for the professor. Next morning, the news of the bakery razed to the ground spread across the whole city on one casualty. A few weeks later, the property was sold to the Reich Enterprise. A fucking hotel now stands in its place. Of course, an investigation was launched after the incident. The name Luke Wright was briefly the center of it. But with the lack of any evidence, the case ultimately went cold. The professor hides it well. However, I can tell that he hates the man to this day. He might even blame Luke Wright for every tragedy that happens in the city. He never blamed me, though, when I was equally responsible. I knew something's off the moment when the man stepped inside the shop. I could have saved her that night. I could have prevented anything from happening to her. Called for help or whatever. I didn't. So it continues to eat me until today. The guilt. The Luxembourg firm case. Would have been our chance to reopening the old case if we proved Luke Wright was of his crimes. Instead, we're back to square one. Yet, all he has for me are words of comfort to think what he can't be still this concerned about me. After my carelessness, after I'd broken another promise a second time. People never cease to amaze me.
You might think you have failed as an officer, or maybe you think that you have failed me. And you have, don't get me wrong, but...
Dang it.
And you know more than anyone, I would love to see that man taken down. If anyone deserves to be tried in high court, it's him. Fuck you, old man! But I'm glad nothing's happened to you while you are working on this. That's what's most important. I'd hate to get news like that again. I will kill you, old man.
This is
right
actually
now.
a three-way call with...
This is Luke Wright in the background.
Yeah.
Sorry, quit bugging the call,
Luke
Luke.
is tapping phone calls that could involve him.
I have money, bitch! I can do anything!
Suddenly he stops. I imagine the thoughtful look flashing in his eyes as he thumbs the wedding hand on his finger ring before he continues. Another habit. He has never removed it since that day. He has never thought once to remarry, even when he managed to continue his life and return to some same semblance of normalcy.
Semblance, yeah.
Okay. It's his way of honoring her, I suppose, when we couldn't bring her to justice, the man responsible for his loss. Some people just are hard to forget.
It's not like another death, yours or even his, will bring back my wife.
Silence falls between us afterwards. I don't quite know what to say after that, really. Should I apologize, show some sympathy going on to this? I should have thought something other than just breaking the news to him. As it is, it seems the only thing we can do is feel sorry for each other's misfortunes.
I apologize, too, for putting you up to this.
On another occasion, under different circumstances, I might have accepted that, but...
You didn't have to, but you've already done more than any officer who has investigated this, so don't worry about this old man. This old man, he played one, I know your department people all have their hands full recently, too. Well, with the upsetting news we've been getting as of late, deaths almost every day. I had nothing to do with it. Shut up! I'm not entirely sure if that has anything to do with the other. It doesn't. I said shut up! It seems too big, even for someone like him. But if this is that man's doing, I swear to God, old man, I will rip your nuts out and shut up!
Wait.
Oh my god, it's like schizophrenia.
Confused.
It's
Professor, please.
I don't know why I'm just suddenly reminded of the reveal in Metal Gear Solid 1 for some reason.
Professor, please, you're scaring me.
Professor.
Maybe...
What if the professor actually is Luke?
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Just
Oh,
him
yeah,
in
he,
his
like-
old himbo form.
Takes off like a mask.
Yeah.
It's like a
Luke from the
Scooby-Doo.
future.
Or he lets
Yeah.
a tear down.
Like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Maybe things around me hadn't started going beyond my control. The letter, the mansion, the supposed curse behind those. I'd still be quick to blame all on the bastard too. But as much as I want to keep holding him responsible for it, to add another to his list of sins, it might not be the case. Agreeing will only cut deeper wound on the professor. I don't want to keep clinging to the resentment for much longer. He has already gone through so many years of it. The kind of anger that sorts blinds people. Despite his reassurances, the bitterness still seeps into every syllable he mutters. It's the one thing for me to act like this. It's painful to watch someone I consider a second father to go down this path.
Hey, Ashton! Ashton! You haven't answered me for 2 minutes! See that
Sorry,
timer?
I've just been in my thoughts here.
In a monologues, bro.
Please don't apologize. It's really alright. I can try and get it back on Monday when I meet again with the chief.
Whoop.
But no promises. But if not, I'll make sure to keep an ear out for any news.
Oh boy, I'm sorry to get on myself.
I'll keep checking the Twitter mentions for it. Chief said he's passing it on to his senior officer. I should be able to catch a few tidbits every once in a while. But I swear, I won't give up on this. I'll do everything in my power to get Aunt Liz's case reopened for you.
Promises again, a bad habit at this point. I wish I could do more for him. My dog is barking in the background. All this time, I pride myself over being one to always know. Because suddenly, aside from riots and other murders purging the city, I have ghosts and curses to worry about, and those things are on my debt. Professor Clark in some way, and things are much easier where you just blame the Luke for all of this. At least finding evidence would be a breeze, and I'll be happy to put this in place so he belongs. Although, if he was, in any way, also complicit in what's happening, legalities might have my hands tied. But maybe it's my fault. Might have mistaken to closing the case for once and for all last night. If only I had done a better job doing the party. But then the commotion. It was Hannah right, and Rebecca distracted me for my purpose, too. I include that gate crasher as well, even though it was only for a moment. So many things have gone wrong last night that...
That sounds like a prick. I saw something.
God damn it.
See, this is why I didn't tell you guys. It's not a joke. Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me.
God damn it, who's that toad?
If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have. Please
Last
stop.
night at the party, I heard Toad's voice once again.
Personal space.
But it's real. What do you think I saw? It happened after when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you're my friends. Why don't you believe me?
That woman. Himbo
Why
voice
don't we all
activated.
calm down first? I'm
Do you
sure
want me to take over Isabella?
yeah, go for it. I'm
Okay.
sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her.
Shit! If it was Isabella's been warning us about, it'd be the same
Hey,
thing that Rebecca talked about last night.
We just called the professor back. The counter
The
reset.
phone, the time has restarted.
he gave
He
up.
hung up on us.
He hung up on. He was like I don't know how long Ashton's gonna be sitting there doing whatever the hell he's doing. I'm just whatever.
I
I'm
know,
gonna leave.
I know that this fucking timer on the phone. It's just so.
And then he calls him
stupid.
back to have another inner monologue.
I do like the,
Wait, there's
the
one more
time
thing.
on the phone makes
I
you
think-
self-conscious how long you've been reading the dialogue.
God damn it, Ashton! Why'd you hang up on me?
Because anime. Anyways, what Zach has told me about a few days prior, how many of these instances I've dismissed since reading the letter, how many have ignored and passed it off as some effect of fatigue or lack of sleep. Even last night, a hallucinogen lacing the food is the first thing I considered, purely because that's what my training dictates, and my mindset have grown used to it. It's setting the gears in my head automatically and takes in a situation like that. Of
That's why I
course,
ate
I'm
so
not
many,
dis-
just to be sure.
Of course, not discounting all those deviled eggs is enough information, something to form a conclusion from. Proof, in whatever form may come. It's taking straightforward and impossible when all of a sudden all of your beliefs are being upturned in the most violent way possible at that. Jesus, if I need a sounding board, I need to talk to someone, and Zach is the best person for that.
I have to go, Professor.
Oh, no problem. After all, it's past 9 by now. But where are you?
I don't have time to stop. We gotta finish the letter today. I'm just kidding. Do what the professor says has to
Play
say.
all night.
It's an all-nighter, guys. Alright, I have to cut the call short. Same second, Isabella emerges from her apartment fully
Did he just
dressed
like
in...
unceremoniously hang up on his mentor?
Yep.
Yes, after keeping him on hold while he
Holy
goes for a
crap.
2-minute
For
She's
one
interval.
wearing
minute.
the exact same
Gave up.
fucking
Gotta go.
clothes.
Sorry, the developers could not afford another model for her. As usual, she greets me with a smile, but falls just as fast as when she catches a glimpse of my face. Shame, that would be the first comforting thing I see today. It annoys me that I'm partially responsible and worried one replacing it. I must look close to a picture of someone choking or dying, because there's nothing of concern the first word she speaks.
Ash, do you need to go to the bathroom?
Yeah. No, I mean, no, I don't. Okay. But we should hurry. Come on. Don't forget to lock your door.
Seriously, you look like you're about to fall over.
I love it. Keep going. Keep going.
Are you alright? Cause if you're playing a fate right here, I won't be able to carry you. Too small.
Would a list be too much? I don't know.
No,
She's.
that's
I
the
don't
butler.
think Liz really
Oh,
fits the
oh,
Toad
okay.
voice.
Just only the butler.
Only-
I
only
don't
the
think
butler.
think that fits the Toad voice.
Okay,
You just gotta
okay.
go like you just gotta go.
His voice is
you
pretty
are-
spot on as it is,
I'm
though. You're doing great, Aaron.
Yeah. Yes. Don't mind me. I just remembered some stuff from last night. I need to talk to Z-Man about this. Mind if we drop by his place first?
Shouldn't you call him to let him know? He probably arrived there around noon. Also, what do you mean about this? Is Zach?
He was also there when I opened the letter, right? He read it too. I'm sure he's fine, but it wouldn't hurt to check on him, just to, make sure. See if he'll say the same things that he had been saying.
Sorry. It also been seeing things, if also the same woman I saw last night.
I'm not saying that there is really curse yet, but we have to look at this from every possible angle, including your silly make-believe ghost one. And don't worry. I mean, he won't mind. He's probably just watching TV right now. Let's go.
Okay. But speak up if you're not feeling well. You really look like you're choking on something. It's a double X. You don't have to do this for me in the first place.
You know it's not as simple as that.
Ashton, every line, just like, and I'm just remembering more and more why I fell in love with you.
It was like, oh god, that voice is the reason why I love you. Oh god, this is some like Toad version of Dr. Girlfriend, you know?
Oh my god! What is going on here?
Alright, let's finish this up now. We head down to the car in record time, not a single second wasted to hit the road and drive to Zach's place. If anyone of us, other than Isabella, who knows anything what's going on, who can help sort the muddled mess in my mind is, it's got to be him. He listened to her.